And so what do you see the matches today represent?
Yeah. I see, so the ones that I've put my guys on are real fun. You don't get to see these often because they're different states, different guys, different organizations, things like that. And it's kind of like it's almost like the UFC versus Bellator. Not on that level, but it's
Right.
like that.
Right.
And so it'll be a lot of fun because there's not a lot of storylines walking in. So the guys are going to be responsible for telling stories in the 10 minutes they have to work a match.
Right, yeah.
Spider, I sent you all of I only need Q's music for Pele. I'm gonna pull up the Kid Rock music for Chandler. And then I'm forwarding you Camp Cole's.
I've been wrestling now for 5 years. This September will be 5 years. A lot of people say they want to be a professional wrestler, but they only want to wrestle once or twice, maybe a month. That doesn't pay the bills. That doesn't get your name out there. It doesn't get you exposure. You're not going to go anywhere. I'm sorry.
When I'm putting a show together, I want to structure shows that are thoughtful, organized, act 1, act 2, act 3 sort of thing.
Right.
But get the right guys that understand that.
We all understand every time we step in the ring what we put ourselves in danger of possibly doing to ourselves. People have died from wrestling. One wrong move from someone or angle off just a little bit, you break your neck. It could be all over. So you really have to trust the person you're working with. And that's what makes wrestling so special, is because a lot of people have trust issues just in life in general, but whenever we come here as wrestlers, today I'm wrestling Sonico, and I've never met the guy before, never even been in the ring with the guy before, but I trust him because I know he's a professional. He wouldn't be here if he didn't know what he was doing. So I understand that aspect as well. So I really have to let the trust kind of go, and I have to really believe in the guy that I'm working with to take care of me, because at that point in time, if I go into the ring, or anybody for that matter goes in that ring going, man, what if this guy hurts me? You're gonna get hurt.
This kid, Sonico, he's a luchador, so it's going to be high flying, it's going to be bouncing around, high energy, flying around off the rings and stuff like that. So it's the perfect kind of Chandler match. Chandler's really good at that. He can also work kind of a stronger, stiffer style where it looks like a fight. But I think this is going to be a fun match because they're going to be second match, so it's going to be set the tone for the evening. And Chandler's he's going to blow everyone out of the water. You know, we put our posters together, and a lot of times I book the guys, and I have certain matchups in mind, but it's like kind of puzzle pieces. And you kind of put it together, and you're like, but how do I want this to end? It's an old premise in the fight game, but as well as wrestling. You either want to be the main event or you want to be first. Because if you're the main event, that's the gold standard. But if you open the show, you're setting the bar for everybody else to say, this is the quality of show we're having tonight. Step up your game.
Chandler has that mindset?
Chandler is excellent at that mindset. For every one of my shows, he's opened up and he's stolen the show every single time.
life is mine. I want to make what I want to out of it. I don't want to. I understand the blue collar work, and I respect that 100%. I want to control my life. There's no plan B for me. If I'm thinking about a plan B, I'm wasting time on my plan A. You can tell the difference between people who really want it, because people who really want it will go out and work as much as they possibly can. There's a weekend warrior type, and then there's I'm going for broke type. It's hard to balance life and wrestling. When I first started wrestling, I was very fortunate because I was working for a company that had a big bank account. So they were able to bring in bigger stars for us to work, and we got more critiques better, and we got to actually, I mean, my first big name I ever worked was Chavo Guerrero Jr., and he asked to work me. And then I wrestled with Hacksaw Jim Duggan, a tag team with him. And then I wrestled LAX from Impact, working with Santana. And then it was the Steiner brothers that I got to wrestle.
AEW now.
Yeah, they're AEW now, and they're proud and powerful. So it's building that resume, and a lot of people say, well, it's not necessarily the quantity, sometimes it's the quality. Well, I agree with that, but your experience that you have when you get in that ring, you gain more every single time you wrestle. So if I have 500 matches, I've got 500 matches under my belt of experience. It's building that resume. It's building that resume.
That was rough. Been nursing this PCL for about 5 weeks now. No cardio, just lifting. Cardio needs some work, but...
Where do you put the pin on the timeline of wrestling, pro wrestling? Where are we at today, and what's happening today? But give me the macro, micro of what's happening today.
The thing I don't like about today, we're gonna see the best wrestling you'll see on the indies in your life. Because these guys train so much harder. They don't chug beer.
You push through, injured or not, keep going. No quit, no surrender. Always fight.
Eating fried chicken. That's not them. They're athletes.
Right.
no pain, no gain. Name of the game. Put in the work, get the opportunities, make the sacrifice, make the dreams a reality.